Hello and welcome to episode 6 of a very haphazard Vlogmas. And if this wasn't an appropriate title for this, I don't know what is. But I'm Courtney, and here on My Life of Projects, I share with you my knitting, quilting, spinning, and sometimes embroidery. If you're new here, definitely be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of my YouTube community. It really helps out the channel. So thank you for being here and for subscribing if you already are. So go ahead and grab your project and stitch along with me as we see what happens in this roller coaster of a vlog. But it is Wednesday afternoon and I've mostly finished up work for the day. I have one thing that I'd like to get done, but I'm waiting to hear back from somebody about a response. We'll see if I can get that thing done. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you're waiting on other people. So in the meantime, I'm going to get a little bit of work done on the mini-series Sew Along. If you watched the last vlog that came out Wednesday, today, in my world, it's not in your world, but if you watched the last vlog, then I was working on the bloom block and I'm hoping to get that done in the next couple of days. I've got 5 blocks left to finish and I will be done with the mini blocks. Then I just have to put them into the quilt project that I have in mind for those blocks. So I'm going to do that. And then also tonight at some point, I'm going to work on the hat. And if you've been watching my vlogs, especially for Vlogmas, you know exactly which hat I'm talking about. At this point, it's practically the hat that shall not be named, but it's the Appalachian Trail hat. It is the last of my holiday gift projects. So I'm hoping that I will get that done and that it's going to behave itself. So I did try the hat on myself this morning and it does fit me. So I think if I block it, it will fit the person that it's intended for. I know I'm a smaller human. I definitely have a much smaller head than the average person. So fitting it on me doesn't mean a lot, but it's at least a start. I'm feeling a little bit better about it than I was earlier this week. So I'm gonna finish up the last of the color repeats that I'm on and then switch over to a solid and do the crown shaping and bind off. Should be able to get all of that done tonight after dinner, sitting on the couch. And then that means tomorrow I can block it and then we will be able to see if it is the appropriate size so that I can gift it and be done with that hat. Fingers crossed, because that hat and we're having a fight. If I didn't want to gift it for the holidays, then it would be in timeout right now. The other thing I'm going to do this afternoon, and I'll probably take you along with me, is I'm going to the local co-op. It's my favorite grocery store. Realize that I might be a weird person for having a favorite grocery store, liking grocery stores in general. I love our co-op because it has locally sourced ingredients and mostly produce that's so much fresher than our other grocery stores. And the reason that I'm going grocery shopping for like the second or third time this week is at the start of the week, we were supposed to get maybe 4 inches of snow on Thursday. Now it's up to 9 inches between tonight and Friday, which I am super excited about. I am a winter person. I love snow. I'm gonna go see if we can get our snowshoes out of storage and maybe do some snowshoeing this weekend. But having 9 inches of snow in the forecast makes me want to cook all of the warm, cozy comfort foods. So I found a recipe for a French lentil stew that I think I want to make this weekend. And I do need to do the rest of my holiday baking, but I also found a recipe for some bourbon chocolate chip brown butter cookies that look delicious. So I might have to make those for me while I'm baking cookies for everybody else. We'll see. And then my spouse also wants me to make cinnamon rolls. So I don't know how much of that we will actually get accomplished, but I'm going to go to the store to get a couple of things. Definitely going to make the stew probably Thursday or Friday while I'm watching the beautiful snow fall outside. So excited. However, the snow probably means that I'm not going to get to go to the craft fair that I was really hoping to go to. It's about an hour and a half away from me and it's on the other side of the mountain range from us, and the roads that we typically take to get there go through like all the ski resorts, and they're not the best when you have that much snow coming down. So we'll see. I'm kind of doubting that I'm going to make it to the craft fair. So baking and cooking comfort food sounds like a good consolation prize to me. But we'll see about that later. For now, I'm going to go listen to one of my audiobooks so I can finish my goal of reading 100 books this year and work on the Bloom block.
These pieces are so tiny. Like you can't even see the numbers because of the thread. This is insane. This is absolute insanity. But it is still kind of fun. So we're continuing on.
So after I got some sewing done on the mini series block, we headed over to the grocery store to grab some stuff before it snows. And I absolutely love the produce and the flowers that this grocery store has. It's just my absolute favorite. And of course, no Vermont grocery store would be complete without a lot of maple syrup and maple products. I received a really special gift in the mail this week that I just wanted to share with you. It's this little bell with a cardinal on it. My aunt sent it to me in memory of my grandmother. She loved cardinals, and since my grandmother is who taught me to sew, I put it in my craft room. It's sitting over my sewing station, so it's like she's there watching over me while I work on projects. So as you saw, I did get a little bit of knitting done last night on the Appalachian Trail hat, and I finished it off this morning, and it is now blocking, and I think it's going to fit. It seems like it did stretch quite a bit when I got it wet, so now I just have to wait for it to dry and measure it one more time to make sure, and then it will be off in the mail in time for the holidays. So I'm super glad to have this done because this project has been a pain. And it's my fault. It's nothing that the pattern did. I just picked poorly with the yarn that I was using, and my tension is way tighter than I realized. So it's not the pattern's fault. I recognize that it's my fault, but I'm really glad to have this hat done, and I hope the person that it's for really enjoys this hat once it arrives on their doorstep. So that means that I can get back to the other knitting projects that I have on the needles, the Fair Isle sweater that I'm working on, and then the Brancusi mitts. I really want to get those done this month, so I'm going to be working on those in the next vlog. So that's where I'm going to leave you for now. I hope you enjoyed this episode of a very haphazard Vlogmas, and stay tuned on Monday for the next one.